Alright guys, before we jump into today's video, I did want to shout out Fade Me, the merch brand we have here on the channel. If you want to support what we're doing here, help us grow, and get some good merch at the same time, make sure to check it out, fademe.store. You can use code FADE and you get a discount at checkout. Thanks for supporting, go check it out. Now let's get to the video.
Alright YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. NFL playoffs, we got the divisional round, 4 games to jump into in today's video. This video is going to look a little bit different. We're going to edit it a little bit different. As the playoffs progress and there's less and less NFL games to get into, we'll start trying some new things and focusing on games, more player props, things of that nature. Almost as if we're talking the Thursday night, the Monday night, and Sunday night videos that we did throughout the regular season. But anyways, guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well, and let's jump into this week. Last week, not our best effort, but hopefully this week is a little bit different. We're starting it off with the Texans taking on the Baltimore Ravens here. So the Texans, a huge win over the Browns last week. The Ravens have been off for a little while. The Ravens obviously the better seed in this spot, and they're 9.5-point favorites. The total sitting at 43.5. Now, I have 2 leans in this spot and then a play that I'm already locking in. We'll start with the play that I'm already locking in because it's kind of the least sexy of all of them, but I'm looking at Marcus Williams here, over 4.5 tackles plus assists. He's hit this in 7 straight games, and I love the quantity here. He's playing plenty of snaps, and the Texans, in terms of tackles plus assists, the 10th most allowed against them. Now, in terms of our 2 leans, I do lean Texans plus 9.5, solely because it's a lot of points to give a red-hot team. Now, my concern is, are the Texans feeling like they've already kind of been here, and this is good enough, you know, X, Y, and Z? Maybe. And let's be honest, the Ravens are legitimate, so it stays as a lean. Keep an eye on the pinned comment to see if we end up laying that as a final play. But as of right now, I just think that this could be a close game, but I'm a little scared, shaking in my boots about betting against the Ravens. And then my second lean is going to be CJ Stroud over 36.5 for his longest completion. The dude chucks it. We know that. Last 2 weeks, 75-yard completion, 76-yard completion in terms of longest completion. Now, that 36.5 is a high number. We pretty much need a massive deep ball to go and cash that, but I do think that this dude's capable of it. And before we move on to the next game, guys, let me talk to you about Sleeper. If you have not checked out Sleeper yet, now is the time to do so. They have 2 promo squares going on, a Christian McCaffrey promo square and then a Josh Allen promo square. You can get 100% of your first deposit matched with the link in the pinned comment and take advantage of these promo squares. It's an absolute no-brainer. I love Sleeper myself, which is why I'm comfortable telling you to go ahead and check it out and get that deposit match. Again, use that link in the pinned comment. Next game up, we have the 49ers hosting the Green Bay Packers. Now, like the last game we talked about, this is another 1 seed versus a team that kind of snuck their way in the back door to get here, but nonetheless, Packers playing really good football. That being said, one of my plays here is going to be 49ers minus 9.5. This is too good of a team to bet against right now. And like I said, the Packers, though I've been wrong about them in the past, like I liked Dallas against them last week, that didn't really work out, right? So I get that they can beat good teams, but I do think that this 49ers team is head and shoulders above pretty much every team left in the playoffs here. So give me them minus 9.5 points. It's a lot of points, but we're laying it anyways. And then another lean, or another play that is a lean now, so keep an eye on the pinned comment to see if we finalize this one. I'm going to be looking at Jaden Reed over 3.5 receptions. Now, this is a tough spot because, well, he had 0 catches last week, only 3 targets. I get it. I get why you might not like this. I think he was only in on 39% of passing plays as well, something like that. So, yeah, it could be sort of tough. But, again, they were up by so much and kind of cruising that, you know, look at that. You don't really need a dynamic receiver like Reed to make big catches in spots like that. So I think in a game where they're probably going to be throwing a lot, which the Packers do, you know, with Jordan love to throw a lot, I think this could be a good spot for Jaden Reed to go out there and grab some balls. So, right now, 49ers on the season allowing the 3rd most receptions allowed and then the 4th most allowed to wide receivers in specific. I like the matchup. I like the fact that he's dynamic and they can mix him up in multiple ways. All right, we move on to the Sunday games here. We're looking at the Lions taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay, another game in which, yeah, you probably thought the Eagles would be in this game. No siree, Tampa Bay gets the win and blows out the Eagles, and the Eagles did collapse. But I think I got to look at the Lions here, minus the 6.5 points. I also don't mind the over. I don't think we make that a play, but maybe a slight lean. But in terms of final play, I don't mind the Lions here, minus the 6.5 points. This is a Lions team that just should be able to pick apart this defense. That Philly game is going to make that Bucs defense look really good because, you know, they held them to 9 points. So I get that. And if that's what you're going to hang your hat on, fine. I don't really agree with that take because I would say the thing that really got the Bucs to this point in the season has been the fact that their offense clicked. In the beginning of the year, everyone was singing the praises of how good their defense was, and it was that good. It's kind of fallen off a little bit, still a decent defense. I'm not saying they're bad, but the offense coming along, Baker's starting to go off. The wide receivers clicking, Rachaad White clicking, all of that in totality is why they're here. So it makes you think, okay, well then why the hell are you picking the Lions? Because I don't think Tampa Bay is going to stop the Lions. So like I said, I lean towards the over. I think this is a shooting out type of game, but I do think the dynamic offense of the Lions is just a little bit better. They've been doing what they're doing for longer. I know I give the Bucs credit for why they're here, but if they don't have that defense, I don't think that they win a big game like this and stop the Lions, which is a very hard offense to stop. A player prop I like in this spot kind of goes alongside with the fact that, yes, I am looking at the Lions to be ahead in this game. David Montgomery over 55.5 rushing yards. He's hit this in 12 of 15 games this season. That is 80%. One of those times he didn't hit on the season. Again, 12 of 15. He landed on 55. So almost 13 of 15. Almost doesn't really count, but nonetheless. All right, and then the last game, what probably is going to be or should be the most competitive game of this round. We're looking at the Buffalo Bills taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. So right now, updated lines, Bills -2.5, the total at 45.5. I'll start with the total. I like the over in this game. I think a lot of people are going to like the under because of the cold weather, and both of these offenses have struggled, and they're not the Bills or the Chiefs of the past. I don't care. When these two teams play each other, I think that something special is going to happen. The last two playoff games that they played against one another, 42-36. It did go into overtime, but 42-36 and then 38-24. So two really high-scoring games. I think that this one cashes the over. I think a lot of people are going to think the under. Give me the over. And no major player props that I'm loving in this game. A lot of inflated lines too, so kind of stayed away from those. But as always, guys, we'll keep you posted in the pinned comment. Make sure to check that out. And that's going to wrap for the divisional round. Again, this is going to be a little different of a video. We're trying some new things, making sure that we're firing all cylinders as we come to the close of the season. So let me know your feedback in the comments. And yeah, hopefully everyone has some great betting days. And we'll catch you in the next one, all right? Peace out.